Welcome to LSB Feaster's radio channel and travel corner, where our mission in life is to keep great radio from the past alive. And today we are going to feature a guy who has been dubbed the king of San Francisco radio. I'm talking about the one and only Dr. Don Rose. He was at KFRC for many years with his corny one-liners, his wacky sound effects, but he ruled as morning man in San Francisco on the big 610 KFRC. He was number one in San Francisco almost from the time he arrived in October 73, right up until KFRC changed and went to its big band format in 1986. Now, at the height of his zany, crazy career at KFRC, he was so popular, he was pulling down more than $350,000 a year and actually kept 15 joke writing services busy. And when he arrived in San Francisco, there were a lot of naysayers who said, oh, San Francisco is way too hip for this cornball square act the doctor does. Well, they were wrong. Dr. Don was uber popular in San Francisco with those corny jokes and those weird sound effects. Now, he was great entertainer on the radio, almost like the last of the vaudevillians on the radio. But in his personal life, Dr. Don suffered decades of debilitating pain from a knee injury, and there was a period there when he had to do his show at home on his back in bed after his leg was amputated. That could not have been easy. But he carried on and even eventually went on to work at K101 for a short while. But after he had a heart attack, he retired. And Dr. Don passed on March 30th, 2005 due to complications from pneumonia at age 70. But to this day, Dr. Don fans still talk about how great he was on the air. They still share his jokes and still think about what joy he brought when he woke them up in the morning on his radio show. Hey, if you like what you hear, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you like. And after you do, smack that bell. And when you do, we will notify whenever we have anything new to share, which is normally weekdays at 3 o'clock. All right, if you're ready, let's go back to 1978 with Dr. Don Rose on 610 KFRC.
Jockey Steve Coffin will be out of action for a while. He was thrown from his mount yesterday in New York, separating his collarbone. The name of the horse that ejected him, cute as a button. I'm Robert McCormack, 610
The ultimate
News
insult,
and
right?
Information. And now from San Francisco at 7:57, Dr. Don Rose.
Thank you. Gee, my wife wanted to take a vacation in Japan this fall, but I just don't have the yen to go there. KFRC with Bosley. Boz Skaggs, actually. Boslewitz Skaggs is actually his whole name there. It's 8:01 at KFRC in San Francisco. Dr. Don Rose on Herbert Hoover's birthday. Did you know that? Hoover was a pretty good president and made a great vacuum cleaner, really. It's 8:02. And also on this date in 1753, old Ben Franklin was appointed Deputy Postmaster General. They say that service was so bad in those days, people would write several copies of the same letter and mail them at different times, hoping that one of the letters would get through. Yesterday, the boss had a package to mail. The clerk says that'll be $2.83, and he left in a huff and walked to the next branch of the post office. Right? Next thing out will be the Jimmy Carter stamp, the country's first two-part stamp. Half of Jimmy's famous smile on each stamp, because his mouth is so big the stamps would lick themselves, right? Now through Saturday, Capwell's is having a 1/2 off pant sale on their entire selection of men's and boys' pants. When you buy one pair of pants at the regular price, you get the second pair of equal or lesser value at 1/2 the original price. There's Levi's, HD Lee, HIS, and too bad they don't have HERS, right? And other famous brands. You only have to go through Saturday, so go to Capwell's. Men's and boys 1/2 pant sale and stock up for fall.
This is Steve and Matthew, David. My taxes can mean big savings for you now, if you hurry. All of us agree that we've paid more than our share of taxes for a long time. So I'm starting the end of the fiscal tax year sale at Matthews early. If you come in today, you can help yourself while helping me reduce Matthews' taxable inventory. No reasonable offer will be refused on everything in Matthews' huge stock. And listen to some of these examples of our low prices. Sony remote control 21-inch Trinitron color TV, brand new, $688. Or 3 major brands of 19-inch color portables. Admiral, Quasar, or Sampo, only $286. And Matthews sells other color TVs as low as $197. The Pioneer SX1250 stereo receiver with 165 big watts per channel, only $469. And half price on all home BIC and Pioneer speakers. Do it now. With your good credit, no payment till October. Shop by phone until 10. Matthews 6400 Mission, top of the hill, Daly City.
KFRC, doggone it, I just broke my 4th thermos bottle of the year. I'm so unlucky. If I landed on the moon and had taken one giant step for mankind, I'd have ripped my pants. KFRC, oh, the shame of it all. And it's 8:07 at KFRC. This is Dr. Don Rose, brought to you by the Warsaw School for the Illiterate. Remember, they'll teach you how to read and write by correspondence. And I'd like to welcome the State Pornography Commission to San Francisco. They're meeting today to examine evidence in the current crackdown. They're being put up in hotels offering only cold showers, right? Right? Gee, one of the ladies around looks like $1 million when she wears her new bikini, but her heart isn't in it. You know? Oh, yeah. Oh, wait a minute, you guys. Come on. Would you like to examine the weather situation here? Right. The 610 weather thing. Well, it's going to be another nice one. Beautiful. Dr. Donald D. Rosie weather, except around here where the fog birds are out. Couldn't even see the tops of the buildings coming in this morning. It'll be a little bit cooler. 60 at the coast. Up to 102 degrees in the inland areas. And, gee, where's Ron Rodriguez with our late temperatures? I'll have to call back there and find out. That's the first time in about 723 weather forecasts. Hello, Ron?
Yeah.
Do you have the update on the temperatures?
Yeah, the computer is down.
Computer?
Yeah, their temperature computer. But anyway, this is what I squeeze out of them. San Francisco's up to 56, by the way.
Uh-huh.
And Sacramento reports 71. San Rafael is 63.
Right.
San Jose is 58. Oakland is 58 also. And like I said before, San Francisco is 57.
How about Sacramento?
Oh, 71.
71.
Yeah.
And Concord, the big C?
Concord is 68.
68. The computer's down, huh?
That's what they said.
It's been carrying on with our Xerox machine lately, I noticed, right? Thank you very much, Ron.
Okay.
Well, our 610 traffic on the peninsula, a stall northbound on Ye Old Bay Shore at the Cow Palace exit. That's where Lulabelle spends all of her spare time. Out there at the Cow Palace, right? Bay Bridge, there's a stall westbound at San Francisco Anchorage in the left lane. East Bay, slow on 24 through Lafayette. Traffic moving at about 40 miles an hour, then moves well as you near the Caldecott Tunnel. Why is it what they call congestion on BART, they call intimate at a cocktail lounge, right?
Now tell the truth. You've been thinking about trading in your wheels for a new car. And you know it's that time of year when you can really deal. So which dealership do you go to? Here's a suggestion. Jan Kaiser Ford. Jan Kaiser, with over 20 years of automobile experience, has a friendly and knowledgeable staff to help you select the right car or truck. And during this 1978 model year-end clearance, prices are at their lowest for your brand new Ford. It's worth a short drive to the home of Jan Kaiser Ford, 6995 Redwood Boulevard in Novato.
Hey, what you need is Lysol spray in the good old summertime.
In hot, humid weather, mold and mildew grow faster. Germs that cause odors do too. So get Lysol disinfectant spray. Lysol doesn't just cover up odors, it kills the household germs that cause them on the surfaces where they grow. Lysol. It kills the germs, so it kills the odors.
Yeah, what you need is Lysol spray in the good old summertime.
KFRC, still the same. Nothing really changes that much. In fact, here's a name in the news you haven't heard for a long time. Aging film star Gloria Boomer will appear in the new film Twice is Too Much. 8:11. Good morning. KFRC, because you're still the same. 8:14. Dr. Donald D. Rose. I'm still the same. Bachelor of Science, Master of Arts, PhD, member of the Diners Club, honorary Masons, honorary Knights of Columbus, connoisseur of fine foods, and retired swinger. Everybody's looking at me kind of weird. Well, that's what's on the radio. Let's see what's on television. Adam 12. Rerun. Celebrating 7 years together, Malloy asked Reed to wear his nightstick. Also, they're showing the old Gunsmoke reruns. That's great. Let's see. Tonight, Kitty is attacked by Indians, but Marshall Dillon promises to make them merrier. Really, for Tim's sakes. Don't miss FTC Ski and Sports 10th Annual Preseason Ski Sale. Save as never before on top-name ski clothes, gear, and accessories. Everything is super sale price, including ski packages for all. Get up to 50% on ski apparel and save 40% off on skis, all top-quality name brands. FTC sale price now. But you must hurry. The sale is limited. FTC Ski and Sports 10th Annual Preseason Sale starts tomorrow at Busch and Franklin in San Francisco.
Lights are shining, it's happening at night, yeah. The lights are shining, you'll feel out of sight.
Hottest new disco in Northern California now open at Great America. That's the one night away to rule the disco. It's every night fever with light shows and soul-throbbing music. Admission to Great America is only $5 after 5 p.m. Open to midnight Fridays and Saturdays. KFRC. It is 8:16. Just pulling yourself up out of that sack, I'm here to help. It's a great day to get up early. You're looking for a reason. Well, you want to see how late you're going to be to work.
It's just, like I said, I don't think even if one team sweeps it, the other team's out of it. So.
Light of Blue is going to be pitching tonight's game against the Dodgers. With yesterday's loss to the Astros 6-5, the Giants dropped to a half-game lead over the Reds, a one-game margin above Los Angeles. A's back in action today. They'll host the Angels for one more at the Coliseum. Nancy Lopez going for yet another title this weekend as she begins the Long Island Charity Classic in New York today. Golden Gators have hired Ken Rosewall to take the place of the injured Sandy Mayer. But it didn't do good last night because Rosewall was bombed 6-0 by Tom Gorman as the Cascades from Seattle edged the Gators 27-25 in overtime. Grambling University is placed on the NCAA probation because of recruiting and financial aid violations. It'll keep football and basketball teams off of national television for a year and also from participating in the bowl games. I'm Robert McCormack, 610 News and Information. And now from San Francisco at 8:29. Singing Dr. Don Rose.
Good morning, Dr. Don, KFRC. Good morning. If everybody had a nose.
KFRC with the Beach Boys and Dr. Don Rose, and it's 8:33. Have to dedicate that to Balboa, who discovered the Pacific Ocean, and who can never forget the famous line he came up with the first time he saw the blue of the Pacific. He yelled, "Surf's up!"
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
8:33.
That's right.
Back in those days, that was 1963, right? 1963, a long time ago. Back in those days, I used to wake up with a horrible headache every morning. Horrible headache. My wife kept saying, feet first when you get out of bed. 8:33. Before summer's over, join the 7 million people who have been to Marine World, Africa, USA. You'll see astonishing feats performed by killer whales, dolphins, wild animals, plus the only water ski show in the whole West. And now to celebrate its 10th anniversary, Marine World offers its biggest, wildest extravaganza of shows ever. Now until the end of summer, you can join in the celebration because it's happening now. Don't miss Marine World's spectacular 10th anniversary, the biggest thing to hit Northern California in years. Unless, of course, the Giants win the pennant. Light of Blue might have something to say about that tonight.
Cal Stereo's Demo Demolition Sale. Cal Stereo literally demolishes stereo prices on this gear. Just check for the bright orange tags. Everything on display out of the carton is reduced in price. Fabulous savings, up to 80% off. Take a look at the demos. I don't care how old, how new. If it's open on the shelf, on display, it's on sale. Take a look at the customer exchanges, the repos. Take a look at the demos. Fabulous savings. Save on car stereo, home stereo, components, color TV, videotape. If it's out of the carton on display, it's on sale. Just check the bright orange tags. All open stock demos on sale, regardless of brand, reduced in price. Some 25, 35, 40, 50, up to 80% off. And check Cal Stereo's low prices on factory sealed carton merchandise, too. Cal Stereo's Demo Demolition Sale. Open till 9 tonight. San Francisco, 850 Van Ness, Mountain View at 1935 El Camino. San Jose at 1260 South Bascom. Berkeley, 10th and University. San Mateo, 3rd and Delaware. Cal Stereo's Demo Demolition Sale.
KFRC. Life's been good to me. Yes, sir, I've always been ahead of my times. I remember I couldn't afford today's prices in 74. KFRC. Life's been good to old Joe Walsh. All those automobiles and all those neat things that he's got there, right? He also has an unblemished record, except for the time he was picked up on a 1017, assault with a silly weapon. Oh, they did get him on a 1027 one time, too, giving mouth-to-mouth resuscitation to a person who's perfectly healthy. Well, life has been good to me. I have to play that for Kelly, my only daughter, Kelly. Tuesday afternoon, she was admitted to John Muir Hospital over in Walnut Creek, and just basically as a precaution. And today they're going to take out the IVs, and tonight or maybe tomorrow she gets to come home and she's going to be much better and everything's going to be just fine. Gee, I'm just looking. Did you realize on this date in 1923, the number one song in the country was Yes, We Have No Bananas? You like that song, right? Good song, right? And tonight I hope we'll be singing another old classic. Nothing could be finer than to be with Vida in the evening. Be down in Los Angeles pitching for the Giants. Got to get him on the right track. He's the stopper. Let's do it tonight. Another fine day in the Bay. There'll be more clouds near the coast with a high temperature going 102 degrees. However, around the city, it's going to be just 60 as the fog and the old fog burns return to the Bay. In fact, our vacationer's guide to California, in San Francisco, the fog comes in on little cat's feet. And in Los Angeles, the smog comes in on steel-belted radials, right? Temperatures this morning, it's 58 in San Jose, 65 now in Oakland and San Raquel, Concord, the Big C, 68, 71 at Sacramento, and 57 in the city at 8:41. 19 minutes before 9 o'clock on Louis Faye Ertel's birthday. She's from Pleasanton. Jason Mitchell from Concord. East Bay traffic moving well on the Nimitz. The usual heaviness through Hayward. If you're taking the Bay Bridge, slow now approaching the toll plaza. Looks like everybody slept in late today. About a 10-minute delay at the toll plaza. If you're headed out of town, 50's open with 1-hour construction delays. 44 miles east of Placerville. 10-minute delays near Echo Summit. And that's what's happening.
We've got the wagon for you at your Chevrolet Wagon Stop. You'll come out on top at your Chevrolet Wagon Stop.
The Chevy Monza wagon. Roomy, well-equipped, and based on a comparison of manufacturer-suggested retail prices, it's the lowest-priced wagon sold in America. Chevy Monza is the small-size wagon with more cargo space than any American sedan built today. The Chevy Monza wagon.
You'll come out on top at your Chevrolet Wagon Stop. This is us. This is JCPenney.
Now at JCPenney, you can save 20% on men's and boys' casual shoes. Selected men's styles like suede mock-toe casual and a wedge-bottom sunbacker. All boys' casual shoes with a wide selection of styles. Super comfort at a terrific 20% savings at all Bay Area JCPenney stores.
This is JCPenney.
KFRC. You know, I thought I was sending money away to help feed and support a Korean orphan. Yesterday, I got his picture in the mail. Guess what? It's my congressman. KFRC. Reminds me of Rose's Law. Women who don't repulse men's advances, advance men's pulses, right? It's 8:47. I've never been too lucky with women myself. One time I said to a girl, I said, do you know Dr. Dodd Rose? She says, no. And I said, how'd you like to meet him? Another girl, I says, how about you and I having a few laughs? She says, ha, ha, ha. Right? Another girl one time asked me if I knew anything about kissing. I thought it was kind of strange. I was kissing her at the time, right? If you're a vet, you may qualify for one of the excellent part-time jobs now open with the Air Force Reserve at Travis Air Force Base. They're looking for men and women who want to be aircraft maintenance specialists, jet engine mechanics, and aircraft electronics technicians. Right? Oops. Seem to be getting a little interference in here. Call your local... Hey, that's the whistle. It means I'm off. I get to take my break now. I'll see you later. Have a nice day. No. Have a nice day. Bye. I'll see you later. Hey. I'm just kidding. Let me in. Hey. Let me in. I'm just kidding. I'm just fooling you. Okay, I'll be good. I promise. No more. Thank you very much. Jeez, nobody can take a joke around here. So call your local Air Force Reserve recruiter now at area code 707. They've hot-wired my seat. 438-3111. I wonder if they take guys with frizzy afro hairs. That's area code 707. It wasn't afro when I sat down here, believe me. 438-3111, or look up your nearest Air Force Reserve recruiter in the white pages under U.S. government.
Don Sherwood's Golf and Tennis World, the West Coast leader in golf, tennis, and running equipment. Now Don Sherwood goes full line sports, adding another 3,000 square feet to their already gigantic San Francisco store. Baseball, football, basketball, soccer, even skateboards. Just try to beat the prices. Like the Wilson A2000, baseball's most popular glove. Don Sherwood's everyday low price, $59. Largest selection, lowest prices, full line sports. Now you've got it all. Don Sherwood, 256 Grand in San Francisco, in Concord at the entrance to the Willows, and in Oakland.
KFRC, I want to take you to the circus. Send me your pet fantasy and maybe we'll do it, huh? KFRC, so into you. And that's not easy, you know. I got to go through my microphone, and I got to go through those little wires that run into the other room, and then go through the console, and then go through the limiter and the processors, and through all of the equipment, and then through the final stage limiter, and the all of those great big tubes, and then all the way through this little telephone line, all the way to Berserkly, and all the way through our transmitter, and then I come out the other end of your radio. See, that's tough. Actually, Marconi invented the radio, but it was Bernard Schwartz who made the money. He invented the commercial.
No, I don't.
Yes, sir. Then if you're lucky, you get with a good radio station like KFRC, covering the heart of San Francisco and the liver and gallbladder of San Jose, right? Rose at 8:53, feeling pretty good this morning. Had a good, well, it was a short night's sleep. Spent the evening visiting Kelly over at John Muir last night and finding out the good news that she's just about ready to get the old IV taken out, and maybe by tomorrow she'll be home. Anyway, so it was kind of a short night's sleep, but a good night. On the waterbed. Are you sleeping like that? You really should be, you know. You really should. From the bedroom, San Jose, Pleasant Hill, and the Sarah Center. Remember, it's very important to work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, and never take a vacation. How else are you going to finance your heart attack, right? Now, a message from Alpha Beta regarding the current labor dispute. Naturally, Alpha Beta hopes it'll be settled shortly, right? But in the meantime, Alpha Beta wants to assure their customers that all Alpha Beta commercials are open for business as usual. Shelves are stocked, fresh produce and top quality meats are available, and best of all, labor dispute or not, you'll find Alpha Beta's low prices in all departments. You know, low prices represent the bottom line of Alpha Beta's business philosophy, because Alpha Beta management recognizes that stretching dollars and fighting inflation is the customer's major concern these days. And so Alpha Beta does everything possible to help you fight inflation, to give you an edge with low prices on the foods that your family needs day in and day out. Remember, during the current labor dispute, Alpha Beta markets are open. So get the edge on low prices at Alpha Beta. And what was it Alan Hamill always says, tell a friend.
As he tells Chrissy every evening before he...
Something like that, right?
Don't tell him.
Oh, other than that, what they do in the privacy of their own chandelier is their own business. Good grief. Are you okay in there? Well, the Postmaster General says the wildcat strikes at mail sorting centers around the country haven't affected our nation's mail service at all.
Couldn't get any slower. Huh?
Someday, if we're lucky, somebody will figure out something that will affect our mail service, right?
That's right, Dr. Don.
Well, there is some labor trouble on many fronts this morning. It started, of course, at the warehouses for major supermarket chains in Northern California, turned into a full-scale strike and lockout.
Wine is drifting off to nothing. The candy is down. Cigarettes are coming very short supply.
That's Joe Williams of the Teamsters Local. He says supplies are short because the Teamsters aren't delivering to the major warehouses, but the supermarkets are open for business.
The stores are operating fully and are stocked, and we do not know of any problems out at the store levels at this time.
Jim Gaddis with the Food Employers Council says they're using temporary workers to keep the supplies at current levels. I'm Robert McCormack. This is 610 News and Information at 8:55. City temperature 57. It is strike fever. It is spreading to the sky. Chief negotiator for the airline Teamsters workers say they're striking American World Airways, but Pan Am says the planes are still going to fly.
Negotiations between the Teamsters and Pan Am are continuing. We have been informed by the union that it has told its members to remain on the job. So at this time, all operations are normal.
Pamela Hanlon with Pan Am, but the union sees it a different way.
We're out on strike right now.
Pan American says that the union negotiating team that are in with them says you're not out on strike.
What can I tell you?
Ronnie Belpano, spokesman for the airline union. They represent Pan Am sales, passenger service, cargo, medical, and supply employees all over the country. Coming up on KFRC, a casting call for all weirdos.
Pioneer presents the Elvin Bishop Band.
Pioneer car stereo, super system on the go. Pioneer car stereo, taking the best of the road. Play me some music, let me hear you play my song. Play me some music, play it loud, play it strong.
If you really want to hear everything Elvin Bishop is playing, get yourself a Super System by Pioneer. From tape decks and amplifiers to tuners and loudspeakers, they're the finest components on wheels from the leader in car stereo. Pioneer Super Systems, because there's more than one way to keep your car in tune.
Pioneer car stereo, super system on your go.
Listen to the exciting new products from Pioneer at Matthews TV in Daly City. Well, if by chance you look like Captain Marvel, maybe you can snarl like the villain Giganto. Well, there could be some work for you in Hollywood. The producers who brought us Yogi Bear, the Flintstones, Huckleberry Hound, are now searching for lookalikes of comic book heroes for a primetime television special. They also need people who can look like the Green Lantern and Batman and Robin. There may be work for all of us. Investigations are going on to find out if children's care centers based in San Francisco have siphoned off hundreds of thousands of dollars for purposes other than treating the emotionally disturbed or the crippled kids. The name of the group, the California Association for Children with Communication Problems. KFRC alerts women and minorities to a med school scholarship sponsored by the Cindy Smallwood Foundation. For your application, give them a call in San Mateo. 610 News Time 8:57. Income. New government report is out today, and it says that inflation has all but wiped out any gains made by the average worker. Median family income last year went up 7%, but inflation increased by 6.5%. Doesn't leave much to put in the bank, says the Census Bureau. Environment, sweltering valleys of Northern California could get a little breath of relief today. They had their fifth day of scorching heat with the red line hitting 119 in Red Bluff, maybe only about 105 today. Weather report, clouds at the coast, some fog burning off in a little while. A little bit cooler today. Look for 100 in the suburbs, about 70 Oceanside. Right now in Oakland, 61, San Rafael, 62, current city temperature 57 degrees. Coming up, a fate of their own doing at Candlestick.
Jerry Rafferty has just emerged.
Winding your way down Baker Street.
The superb music of Jerry Rafferty.
Just wanna say this is my way.
3 years after Steeler's wheel, Jerry Rafferty is back in the midst of music. City to City by Jerry Rafferty on United Artists Records and Tapes.
610 Sports, you can chalk it up to a balk and a couple of errors in the first inning have put the Giants out in space, too far to catch the Astros, and so Houston wins it 6-5. But they've got to forget about that now because they're headed for Los Angeles in a big series with the Bums.
We've got to play good baseball. We've been making too many mistakes, and that's just a question. We're pretty well matched. I think we've got a little edge in the pitching, but we got to play mistake-proof baseball because both teams, we're going down a stretch now, and both teams are going to be up.
Yeah, Darrell Evans, a couple of homers yesterday. Terry Whitfield and Jack Clark. Clark now has 80 RBIs, and Vida Blue is going to be on the mound tonight for the Giants, too, down there. In tennis, the Cascades from Seattle beat the Golden Gators 27-25. I'm Robert McCormack, 610 News and Information, and now from KFRC, San Francisco.
Give it true time check.
9 o'clock.
901. Didn't you learn anything from Bernstein and those other people with the Washington Post? Honesty in journalism,
What
Robert.
do you know? You were up late last night.
Little brain.
Surprised you'll be able to make it to the bank. You'll need to have some help. Big Tom Parker.
Hey, listen, I brought my merry-go-round with me, Robert. Sit on it and spin, buddy. I think I'm getting nauseous, KFRC, Big Tom Parker, fresh back from rocking and rolling in Santa Rosa last night, 9:04. Gonna sit down, gonna boogie-woogie. Oh, sweet darling, I miss you so much. I want you back so bad, and I'll tell you what. Even though it's already the 10th of the month, if you're back in by today at 5, we'll prorate your rent from the 1st, okay?